Hello my friends, I wasn't even going to make this video as I do appear in another hotel in America. Being on the road is the funnest, craziest thing in the world. The number one question I have got ever since Monday Night's Raw, so I know we're a little bit late, is Simon, have WWE or NXT, whatever you want to say, not NXT, WWE, have they ruined Ilja Dragunov given that he did just get called up from NXT to the main roster? And can you believe it, in a couple of weeks he's already lost, which he did in the main event of Monday Night Raw, to none other than Jey Uso in the King of the Ring tournament. Breathe. Sit in a weird chair. So here's my take on it. No, I don't think that we have ruined Ilja Dragunov just because he lost in his second match on Raw. Now, if we do turn the clock back, there was plenty of times when NXT talent was called up and they just looked absolutely pathetic when they did get onto a Monday or a Friday night. I'm not pretending that didn't happen, and of course, it used to cause a lot of friction between Triple H and Vince McMahon, if we do believe the dirt sheets, or the rumor mill, or the murmurs, because of course, NXT, Triple H would give them a bunch of stories, they build up their characters, and then you would get called up, and you have someone like an LA Knight who could be a potential world champion, and they would turn into Max Dupree, who was in charge of the Maximum Male Models. Now, don't get me wrong, I thought the Maximum Male Models were great, but to see somebody like LA Knight and change his name, all you had done is taken all the stock that we had built up for him over these years and thrown it out the window, which led people to go, well, what is the point of having developmental? What are we even doing down there? We may as well just, I don't know, throw it out the window because it's achieving nothing. You're just holding people off and you are building some sort of momentum. And again, you're putting it down the toilet. It's a waste of time. Now, there's plenty of other people we could talk about this as well when it does come to NXT, but I do not think it's the same with Ilja Dragunov, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't think it's going to be the same for a lot of people that were recently called up because, of course, Triple H and HBK, Shawn Michaels are the best of buddies, but also Triple H understands this system. And look, trust me, there are some people that I'm a bit eyebrow raising at the moment, like Bron Breakker. His big story seems to be, well, I wasn't in the King of the Ring and now I'm super duper mad, but I have the faith. I think over the last couple of years, maybe even the last 3 years, WWE has built that back up again where we can just be patient, and it doesn't mean you have to like it week to week. I think this is something people get confused about. You're absolutely allowed to see Ilja lose and goes, well, that's crap. I didn't like that because I am a Dragunov fan. And then get 6 weeks down the line or even 2 months down the line and retroactively look at what we did do and go, well, now I don't mind as much anymore because we put all the things in place. I always compare it to WrestleMania 39. I know I say it all the time. Cody Rhodes hadn't won at WrestleMania 40 and become the world champion. I would have said that WrestleMania 39 was a huge mistake and he should have got the W. However, you jump forward 12 months, he is the WWE champion. It is wonderful. It makes me feel good in my Tootsie Toes. I have no issue with this. Not only did he have the match of the night 7 days ago, or whenever it was, 10 days ago, when he took on Ricochet, which was absolutely brilliant, and he got a 1-2-3. We've already started teasing that he's going to have another match with Gunther, and I'm sorry, you need to go and watch any matches they've had, both in and outside of WWE. They had a great one in Progress Wrestling, which is a British promotion that I work for too, and they have portrayed him as somebody you need to be a little bit scared of and a little bit intimidated by, because we had those videos where it's like, you think you can hurt me, but you can't hurt me because nobody can hurt me more than I hurt myself. And again, super competitive against Ricochet and got the 1-2-3. When it came to the Jey Uso match, he absolutely got the most offense, and at one point he was doing H-bombs to Alan the announce table and he missed. So if you want to come out with some get out free jail card, you can come up with that. Maybe he hadn't done that, and maybe he hadn't gone so crazy, he would have won. But he didn't do that, so maybe it's on him. Also, on the other side of the coin, we're talking about Jey Uso. Now there is this bizarre argument online at the moment that Jey Uso is a rubbish professional wrestler. Now again, you are allowed to have any opinion that you want. But I think what's happened here is because he is so over and because people like his chant, everyone's gone, well, he's only over because people like to do this. Now one, lots of professional wrestlers have got over with one thing that they did and the audience liked it. But two, in no world am I accepting that Jey Uso is a bad professional wrestler. Now, is he a better tag team wrestler? Absolutely. But he's only been doing the singles thing for about 8 to 12 months. You have to give people time because it's a completely different discipline and it's a completely different skill. And just imagine you were in charge of WWE. You see him come out in Backlash in front of the France crowd, everyone goes nuts. You see it at WrestleMania, everyone goes nuts. People in the NFL, not the NFL, people in the NBA audiences, they're doing it. People absolutely love Jey Uso. Are you really going to go, man, I don't think he's a very good wrestler, even though he is? Of course not. You're going to try and accentuate the positive and you're going to try and hide the weaknesses. It wasn't like he lost to, I don't know. No offense to this guy, but he hasn't done much recently, a Karrion Kross. If he lost to a Karrion Kross, it'd be like, well, Karrion Kross doesn't benefit from that, because I don't believe we're going to do anything going forward. And Ilja Dragunov obviously doesn't benefit from that either. However, I think Jey Uso could beat Gunther and win the King of the Ring. And then coming out of that, maybe you do Gunther and Ilja Dragunov, which ends up at SummerSlam, which would be a great match. Then you can do something with Jey. I don't know, maybe Jey goes after the US title, he goes after the Intercontinental title, or he goes after the World title. If that is what we're doing with the King of the Ring, so not only have we finally turned Jey Uso into main event Jey Uso, which is his name, Ilja Dragunov can continue to cook under the surface, and we are allowing Ilja to wrestle how Ilja wants to wrestle. Like both Jay and Ricochet did Dragunov matches. Not like we said, oh man, you got to do WWE style. We did not do that at all, which says to me that we're going to use him in the same way that we did use him in NXT. And I remember some people going, oh my gosh, Ilja Dragunov will never be NXT World Champion. He'll never get out of NXT UK. Well, he did do it. He didn't necessarily hold up that brand, but he was a focal point. I'm not saying he's going to become the WWE champion or the WWE Super Duper champion to beat Cody Rhodes, but I do think he's going to be a long-term player, and I think he's going to have a great career there. And sometimes that is pretty damn amazing, especially for someone like Ilja, because if we turn the clock back a few years, Vince McMahon wouldn't have known what to do with this guy, as far as I'm concerned. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Also hit the subscribe button, because that's what we do. So I just think sometimes we have to appreciate what we've got. And also, just to throw something else in there, there's nothing wrong with winners and losers, especially in the King of the Ring tournament. I never want shenanigans in tournaments. I want you to put two people together that I don't know who are going to win and make me go, well, how do we get out of this? And then do it without any nonsense. The fact that Jay does get the W and Ilja doesn't get the W, now I want to see, well, can Jey Uso capitalize on this? Can he win the King of the Ring? That's an interesting story. And what do we do with Ilja now? And again, I know I'm repeating myself, but if we can come up with interesting stories for both, this is a win-win. You want a card that is stacked. Sometimes the story can be, oh my gosh, he lost on his second week. Now, as long as he doesn't lose on his third week and his fourth week, and we treat him like a bum, he will be absolutely fine. In fact, I'm excited to see what he does. You're also forgetting the fact that I popped when Jey Uso won on Raw, because quite clearly, I'm a Jey Uso fan. Now, we get into this environment these days where if you like one person, you can't like the other guy. It's like, I like apples, and someone shouts, well, you can't like oranges. You're like, what the flub are you talking about? And I'm still a huge fan of Ilja Dragunov as well, especially because he offers something completely different, especially when it does come to Raw. And when we do Gunther versus Ilja, you can do more than one match. Gunther can win one, Ilja can win one, and once again, you can continue to tell people, like we already have done, that Dragunov has beaten Gunther before. And because that rarely does happen on the main roster, that's going to give him a bunch of momentum as well. So I'm totally psyched for this. I'm totally excited. I think it was a really good thing to do, and it surprised me. And sometimes I need surprises. And when you do have a product that's as hot as WWE, I think sometimes you do have to go outside the status quo. Now, maybe I watch this differently, but I thought that Ilja Dragunov was the favorite in that one, again, because he had just debuted. So when Jay got the win, it made me go, oh my gosh, what are we going to do with this guy? And I cannot wait for the semi-finals of Jey Uso versus Gunther. I think Jey Uso's going to win. I can't remember the other side of the bracket now, but whoever he does beat potentially in Saudi Arabia in the final two, then we have something that hopefully we can jump on for the rest of the year. Don't know why you get mad at that. If I told you a few years ago that Jey Uso was going to be a proper single star that we could potentially do something with and potentially give him a title, you would have slapped him right around the face. So why don't we put the same faith into Ilja Dragunov and just see where we are in 2025? Again, I'm going to bet IC champion. I'm going to bet US champion if he does jump brands. By 2026, if he does become the WWE champion, I ain't going to be surprised. It's all about the follow-up, and it's all about how WWE sees him. And Triple H is quite clearly a fan. So this is one of those where you just have to play the long game. And it doesn't mean you can't get mad. It doesn't mean that you have to like it. I'm not saying that. But just see what we do with him. And of course, if we get to December and it's the equivalent of throwing him into the bin, then get mad, rage, get in those comments again and say, Sam, you don't know what you're talking about. That's true anyway. I've been told my entire life. Now, of course, I've already said it once. I'll say it twice. Please do leave a comment down there. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Click the bell, ding dings. You know what's going on. Also, isgrillandmind.com/Simon. Use this to get money off fitness supplements. 10% of the ones I use. I don't know what I look like right now because I've barely eaten anything for the last 6 weeks. Also, it's patreon.com/Simon316. Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. Patreon.com. Nope, just did that one. So I've gone nuts. Just look at the description below and interact with the YouTube video as much as possible. This is why you don't make videos at 11 on a whatever it is, Wednesday night, I don't know. Seriously, my friends, I do appreciate you. Thank you for keep supporting me, even though we do these weird videos. In a week's time, they're going to be normal again because I am going home. That's now quite a scary prospect. And thank you to everyone who did come out for the last match. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to bed, which is just here. You didn't need to know that. Goodbye.